Resources Finance and Property Committee to order. First item is Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, public comment. We have two people signed up. They'll be coming up together, La Tao and King Lee, if you'd like to come forward.
There you go. All right, thank you. Good to go?
Go ahead.
All right, thank you for having us, Human Resources Department. We're here on behalf of the Wausau Hmong 50 celebration, and we presented here a few weeks ago with the EEDC and in some funds for our event. And what we're here to do is just kind of share a little bit with you with what we did with the last presentation, and to see if you have any questions. But just so you know, this year marks 50 years since Hmong people have been here in Wausau, Wisconsin. So last year it was nationally, and then actually to the date of our celebration on April 4th, it's within just a few days of the actual first Hmong family coming here 50 years ago. And so in that time frame, we've done a lot of different things. The community has grown in a whole bunch of different ways. And so this celebration is to mark a huge milestone that Hmong people are here in the community, and they're here to stay, right? And they've impacted the community in a lot of different ways. And so in the beginning, from having newspaper articles that talked about Hmong people who were gonna eat dogs and have lots of babies and take over the community with gangs and stuff, which was prediction in a 94 article. But now, 50 years down the road, we have over 100 businesses among entrepreneurs that are alive and well, from pest control to doctors to pharmacies to home construction to vehicle repair. So we have a broad gamut of Hmong community members that are impacting the community in a lot of different ways. Also, we do the Hmong Festival in the summer every year, which brings 10 to 12,000 people to Wausau for the tournament, and that brings millions of dollars to the community. We have people from all over the U.S. who come to that event, and so the Hmong people are helping the city in a lot of different ways as well, financially. And so we want to partner with you. We want you to be a part of our celebration in sharing that what Hmong people have done. It's 50 years. I don't know if I'm going to be around for another 50-year celebration, but it's time to just celebrate from businesses that have helped the Hmong people grow to politicians and mayors and Hmong people going forward and changing from interpreting to now leading and going for politics as well, right? And so Hmong people have grown in so many different ways. The community has impacted us in so many ways. We've impacted the community, and it's such a beautiful thing, and we want to celebrate that. We'd love for you to be a part of it, and we want to share that message with our community. We have people that, we had a suggestion working with a historical society, and so we do have artifacts that we're planning on collecting and sharing and giving back to the historical society, donating that to them so that they can share and preserve some of this history that we have as well. So we're doing all kinds of things to make sure we preserve what Hmong people are doing, and also the impact in Wausau on so many different scales. And so we're excited to share some of that with you. Do you want to bring?
Yeah, I mean, just to add on to what La had said earlier, you know, we're here to stay. We're part of this community. I've had, just me personally, I've had ample opportunity to go elsewhere to live, in Eau Claire, where I went to school, or in Appleton, where I went and took on an awesome job. But at the end of the day, I just figured that Wausau's always been home, and this is where I wanted to raise my family. So I ended up having to uproot my family again in 2010. We came back here, and we've been here since. And since then, I've raised 3 beautiful kids. All my brothers and sisters, the vast majority of them are here. They're raising their families, and some of my nephews are now raising their family here too. So this is home. This is Wausau. This is home. This is where we're going to stay. Like Laz said, hopefully, if we're lucky enough, fortunate enough to be here in the next 25, 50 years. But this is home for us.
And so, we're here to just say thank you for considering us. Thank you for the possible sponsorship. What that is going to go towards is towards our exhibition. That is our education part, where we're doing part of it as a museum style. So you're going to see artifacts that have been from 1976 all the way till now. We're going to have, different pieces of history and milestone markers of different people who have done big things in Wausau, and how that's helped us grow and partner together. We're going to have artifacts, singers, dancers, just a huge celebration, but at the same time showcasing and educating the public why Hmong people are even here, because there's still people that are asking, and it's 50 years now and people still don't know why Hmong people are here. So we want to share that, but at the same time share that we are one of the fastest groups to get off welfare and actually do things for the community. And so we're trying to educate a lot of different levels in a lot of different ways. And so we'd love for you to be a part of that.
Thank you.
Question? Okay, thank you.
We have, I should have said, we have a quorum present. All members are present either in person or remote, Supervisor Reynolds. And then, except for Vice Chair Marshall, who is excused. So we will move on to the minutes of the January 27th meeting. What are your wishes? Moved by Supervisor Lemmer to approve the minutes. Is there a second? Second by Supervisor Poole. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor will signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, no. That motion carries unanimously. Next, we'll move on to item 6A1, the claims and question costs. Those were emailed to you by our finance director. What are your wishes? Are there any questions? She's not available today, but any questions or motions? Chair Gibbs.
Make a motion, excuse me, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Make a motion to approve the claims and question costs for January 2026.
Seconded by Supervisor Lemmer. Any discussion on the motion? If not, all those in favor of approval of accepting the claims and question costs will signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, no. That motion carries. Claim disallowance, Larry Gus, I assume that's you?
That is me. And if I may, I think the information that we have is in the packet. In short, there was money seized by the county sheriff's office. The money was returned to someone other than someone in the family, other than the person who claims ownership of that money. Our insurance company has reviewed the matter and has determined that it should be denied at this point in time.
Are there any questions? If not, what are the wishes of the committee? Supervisor Lemmer.
Move to issue the disallowance.
We have a motion to deny the claim. Is there a second? Seconded by Supervisor Poole. Any discussion on the claim disallowance? If not, all those in favor will signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. That motion carries unanimously. Request for sponsorship from Hmong 50 Committee. We have a request for $5,000 to help cover the cost. Are there any questions or is there any discussion with the committee? Chair Gibbs.
Just a quick question, and I think it may have been presented when they presented at EEDC, but what is the total overall budget for the committee? Because I know this is only a small portion of the total budget.
If you could just grab a microphone anywhere, just push the,
It's about 50,000.
Okay. And the others is being raised from throughout the community?
Yep, currently we've raised around 15,000 with local businesses, and then we have one in for GreenHeck, and then a possible maybe through Aspirus.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Supervisor Lemmer.
Do we have a funding source? I fully support this. I'm just wondering what the funding source was, because I don't remember getting a definitive on that.
We have several options, but my recommendation is that we would consider the use of the Human Resources Finance Property Committee contingency of $50,000 and take it out of there.
And then does that need to move on to the full board? Because I see it's not agendized on the next.
That would just be done in the committee.
Okay.
And I've had discussions with the administrator relative to this request, so it's,
Well, I fully support it. I think it's an important celebration, you know, to acknowledge the movement of people who were very reliant and needy, who have come now, what, 3-4 generations of success. And I have a personal relationship with La. He was my Taekwondo teacher back in the day at the Y. So a lot of these Hmong businesses are definitely integrated into all of our community. And I think it sends a really good message of hope to others who are here. It's a good example for that. And I don't know, it's like a golden jubilee. So I would move that we invest in this and offer the $50,000 grant paid for through the HRFP contingency.
the request is for 5.
Sorry, 5,000, apologies. No, just kidding. The 5,000, sorry, 5,000 from the, our HRP contingency.
Is there a second? Second by Supervisor Hart. Any discussion? Supervisor Poole? And then,
I won't be long on this, but just like with the Marathon County Historical Society request for $20,000 for the 250th anniversary celebration they're planning, same logic as this. I think this is outside the scope of what county government should be doing. There are other sources for income. County government is not needed for us. They should pursue that. So I'm a no on this one.
Supervisor Hart?
And I was going to state support on this because this is a sponsorship. So it's not like we're just handing this money over. We're actually sponsoring this event. So we'll be shown that Marathon County is a community and a home for the Hmong community. And I think that's really important to do, to support. So thank you.
And I'd like to point out that we've sponsored Allison Dairyland with the tune of, I think, was it 2,500 or 5,000? But a significant investment, and we've done this in the bicentennial, or the 250th. Marathon County also helped fund the, back 50 years ago, the bicentennial, and we've invested in historical events and celebrations of historical events that have helped shape this community and this country, and I think it's appropriate. And having been in elected office for many of those 50 years, you've just seen the transition of the Hmong community into the community, bringing with them culture, values, and I'd just like to reiterate La's comments relative to the strong independence, entrepreneurial nature of the community, the fact that they moved off of welfare very quickly and into being very productive and members of the community, sharing their culture with us and making us a better community. Supervisor Poole.
Yeah, I just want to clarify, I think this is a great idea and proposal in general, but just the funding itself, I don't think is. And, clearly, the Hmong now are a very important part of the community and, welcome and everything. And it's a great, adding their culture to ours is a great thing, for the positive thing for the county. Thank you.
Any other discussion or questions? If not, all of those in favor of the motion to allocate $5,000 from the Human Resources Finance Committee's contingency fund will signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, no. Motion carries, but it is not unanimous. Thank you. All right, we will now move on to amend the 2026 budget to accept the Veteran Service Grant of $50.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So we received, the Veteran Service Office received a donation for $50 to be donated to the Veteran Service Commission. The Veteran Service Commission is established under Wisconsin Statute 45.81, and it provides financial assistance to needy and disabled veterans and their families, surviving spouses, et cetera. This donation was a recipient of services from our Veteran Service Office and wished to give back, and so wrote out this check for this donation. In order to accept the donation and deposit it into the VSC account, statute dictates that the appropriation of the budget cannot be modified unless authorized by a vote of 2/3 of the entire membership of the county board. So therefore, we are here to determine whether or not you would like to accept the grant.
We cash the check? Not yet. Are there any questions? If not, what are your wishes? Chair Gibbs.
So I make a motion to amend the 2026 budget to accept the Veteran Service Grant donation and move to the full board for its consideration.
Is there a second? Seconded by Supervisor Hart. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor will signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
Aye.
That motion carries unanimously. All right, we'll move on to educational presentations and committee discussion. We have the Corporation Council providing us with a riveting update.
Yes, thank you. Tomorrow will be 4 months that I've been in this position, in this role here at Marathon County. As I tell a lot of people, the work I've been doing for the last 20 years continues here in Marathon County. It's, none of the work has actually surprised me by any means, but, we're handling what we need to handle in my office. Right now, we're currently down 2 staff, one a paralegal/risk analyst who does paralegal services and a lot with our insurance policies, making claims, getting the sheriff's deputies' cars fixed when they strike deer, things of that nature. Also handling our communications between our insurance company on our liability claims, such as lawsuits and the disallowance that you did here today. We're also still searching for an assistant corporation counsel. This is the individual that their primary role is with North Central Healthcare and doing the work for them. So right now we're down a couple people. Amanda Lee and myself, she's my deputy. We've been splitting up the North Central Healthcare work, and we have 2 interviews set up for the risk analyst next week, and we are currently open again for the position for the North Central Healthcare attorney, and that closes the 25th of this month. Since I've been here, we've been working on a lot of what I would consider big and important projects for Marathon County. 2 of those are kind of similar in the Thomas Street building, getting the RFP together for that so that can be reused, redeveloped, however it's going to happen. And I've been working with administration on what we're going to do with the university buildings. I think that's going to be a big project going forward. I've helped them lay the groundwork for the RFP and the process going forward so that you guys can be in a position to determine what you really want to do with those buildings. I've also been working with IT and administration on what's going on with the bug tussle projects that are in the area. So we're trying to figure out, what to do with those, how to get them, closed out, try to get a push to the end there. So that's been a project we've been working on. My team has been, doing the routine, I guess you could call it, work of the office. That involves the children in need of protection and services cases, termination of parental rights cases, guardianships, protective placements, kind of I don't want to call it the run of the mill because those cases all have twists and turns, but the court things that people generally associate with our office. So I guess that's pretty much where we're at this point. I guess if anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them as best I can.
Are there any questions for Corporation Counsel? If not, thank you for that riveting update.
You are welcome. If anybody ever has questions, please feel free to contact me.
All right. Anything that you would like to have come before us in the remainder of this term, which is not long? I know we have a lot of items on the agenda, the RFP for the UWMC /SP campus went out. I know that there are people interested in that, and that will be coming back.
This evening, they are actually having an open house for those who may be interested to come and meet one another and maybe, you know, exchange ideas or see if there's a potential for collaboration. So that is happening this evening and has been really publicized. I know there's been a lot of media interest, which is exciting. So hopefully the word is getting out to any of those that may be interested.
So there will be stages where this committee will be involved with the EEDC committee relative to evaluation of those proposals once they come in. We also will be getting updates relative to health insurance with our in the near future. And then we have PFAS litigation that we'll need to consider whether we want to join in that coming forward, plus our carryover work. So we'll have a full month of March. Supervisor Lemmer.
So can you just clarify, are we anticipating scoring the RFPs in March?
I think we're behind on the schedule, so don't hold me to a schedule. I think the intent was to get that out at the end of January. I think the original intent was to do that. I think we're probably a little bit later.
I actually reviewed the schedule, I think it was earlier today. I don't know why I did that, but I'm pretty sure it's March 31st that the RFP responses are due. And then I think April 1st was the date that those are going to, start being reviewed by whoever the review committee is. And I think those dates had an asterisk by them that said, at least the final date that they're supposed to be submitted is, I guess, cemented in, but the time after that, is subject to change. But that's what I recall the timeline to be.
We'll ask for an update on all of those schedules. It's not an agenda item, so at our next meeting, we'll get an update on where we are with all three of the projects, River Drive, Thomas Street, and UW. All right. Anything else? If not, we're down to item 9. Supervisor Hart moves to adjourn. It's seconded by Supervisor Lemmer. All those in favor of adjournment will signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. That motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you.